Hey guys, I am so excited to share this amazing new opportunity with you. This all began earlier this year when my mom Teresa went to Mombasa, Kenya on a missions trip. And she was there helping with the kids in the orphanages and in the kids' schools there.
And I remember, I think almost every night we talked or we FaceTimed, and I would tell you about what I was doing and what I was seeing because it really is a place that's so different than anything that most of us ever experienced.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was talking to you about the children, how touched you were and just how moved, and you weren't even seeing them or holding them, seeing their little faces and seeing all their different difficulties and needs, but you were so moved, and I know that you had made up your mind then that you were going to do something to help these children.
Yeah,
And
I just remember when you called me and I just broke down in tears
Yeah.
because I didn't realize that things like this are even happening in the world. Like I just felt like these blinders were lifted off and that I was made aware of these horrific circumstances that these babies and little kids are going through daily. And so I remember us trying to come up with all these different ideas of what we could do to help these kids. I'm like, how can I possibly give my time, my money? What can I do to make a difference in these kids' lives? It had such a huge impact on my daily life here and the way that I think and just how I live my life. And then I feel like nothing that we were coming up with was
it just
really,
didn't click.
It just didn't click, yeah. And then when I joined Usborne, shortly after that, this amazing opportunity presented itself where I can kind of partner with Usborne and partner with you guys to make a huge difference in these kids' lives. And so we're so
We are. We're so.
We're so. Why are you making faces?
Yeah, I am.
But why were you making faces?
What was I doing? I always
You were
make
like-
faces. I don't know.
Okay, start over.
Start over all the way?
Oh, we don't have to start over?
We wouldn't have
I think
to.
we have to start over.
Okay, start over.
Okay. Hey guys, we are so excited to share this amazing opportunity with you. This whole thing began earlier this year when my mom, Teresa, went to visit Mombasa, Kenya on a missions trip. And she was there helping the babies in the orphanages and the kids in the kids' schools there. And I remember you calling me from Kenya and telling me about all these kids' stories.
And I remember, we would either talk or sometimes we would FaceTime. And I just remember how moved you were. I mean, I think almost every time we talked, you were just moved to tears. You were crying and you were saying, I've got to help these children somehow.
Yeah.
And I never really had seen that level, nor felt it in myself, but seen that level of compassion in you, that desire and drive.
Yeah.
That you were going to do something.
Yeah, I feel like the blinders were just lifted off where I didn't know that these things were happening in the world. I didn't realize that there are little babies, infants, toddlers, older kids living like this out there. And so we were trying to come up with all these different ideas. How can we help these kids? How can we make such a huge impact in their lives with just a little bit of money, with just a little bit of time? We can completely change these kids' lives. And then I ended up partnering with Usborne earlier this year, and the perfect opportunity came up where we're able to make such a big difference in these kids' lives by partnering with Usborne, partnering with you guys. And so we're going to be sharing more with you this week about how this is going to work. And so stay tuned for more details, but we can't wait to share more with you.
Yeah, it's great.